Let me be the first to welcome you to the Fleet Feet Running Club. My name is Brandy Barbary, and I'm the running club manager here in the St. Louis area. As my email read, I applaud you for your commitment to the 5K, 10K program. I recognize that the first step is the most difficult, but I hope you'll find that not only myself, but my coaching staff will be your biggest cheerleaders throughout this 10-week journey to the Mo Cowbell 5K on Saturday, October 2nd for my 5Kers, and the half marathon relay for my 10K participants. That is on Sunday, October 3rd. Now, please note that race registration, first of all, is not mandatory, but it is also not included into your race registration. So if you'd like to do a 5K and half marathon relay with our whole club, that is the 5K and 10K folks, as well as the half and full marathoners, which will be a huge party, then make sure and register for that race as convenient or as early as convenient. And then we have a little bit of accountability to kind of work towards. Now, before we get too far in the future, I do want to take a few minutes of your time just to explain out the first couple weeks of your training plan. And then there will be many, many, many videos and emails and face-to-face interactions on how we best can get you to the finish line of perhaps your first or 50th 5K or 10K. Their journey does start on Tuesday, July 27th. That starts at 5:30. It starts at the Page Extension, the Katy Trail Page Extension Bridge. There's a MapQuest link in the email above, so please check that on out. We are going to do a 1 mile time trial, which seems very intimidating, but I'm just going to ask that all my participants, 5K and 10K alike, give me 1 mile to the best of your ability, so I can start organizing and assigning, different groups, different home groups, different pace leaders, different intervals to you that kind of sets you up for success, right? Gives you an opportunity to be surrounded by folks that are of your same fitness level. I recognize, especially for my beginners, especially joining a group, people think they're the oldest, slowest, biggest, fastest, who knows, right? So this way, when we start organizing your groups, you guys are going to be traveling down the road with people that are just like you and are working for just the same goal. Hopefully, you'll make lifelong friends. If anything, as my husband, the military husband that is, says, we make battle buddies so we can get this training program together. Misery loves company. If that's what it takes, that's great. So this 1 mile time trial, some of you guys are going to run it. Some of you guys are going to run it fast. Some of you guys are going to run it slow. Some of you guys are going to run it. Again, just give me to the best of your ability what that 1.0 mile distance looks like for you. I do anticipate that a lot of you are going to run walk it. And some of you guys are going to run walk it doing a 5-minute run to 1 minute walk. Some of you guys are going to do a 1 minute run to a 1 minute walk. Some of you guys are just going to run a little and walk a lot. Who cares, right? You guys are just going to do what we're naturally doing and what feels good for you, what feels good at the moment. And I'm just going to take note again so I can kind of organize a little bit better for those of us who don't necessarily kind of know our pace, which sometimes I don't know either. Some people don't, have a whole lot of information to give me. So that really, really, really helps me to try to set you up again in the appropriate group. Now, I did not mean to forget those walkers out there. They call themselves the party caboose in the full and half marathon program, because they're all business up front and they're kind of the party in the back. So those guys are going to have some fun. I did not mean to overlook my walkers back there who are also going to walk that 1 mile distance to the best of their ability. Now, again, I'm going to use that information to set our run walk intervals. For those of you who are going to run walk, I'm going to use that information to set some of the intensities of the workouts moving forward. But what I did do is give you guys a schedule. It's linked 5K or 10K up above in this email as well. That'll give you the distance that I'm asking you guys to do. Not only our group meetings on Tuesday, but also our group meetings on Saturday that start at 6:30 a.m. at a variety of different parks along the St. Charles, St. Louis County areas. Now, I know some of these Saturday locations are not in your backyard. Hopefully, some of them are in your backyard. And I hope that you guys make the travel around to these different parks, because let me tell you, one of the things I love about the St. Louis area, and no, I'm not a native to the St. Louis area. I have been for a few years, but I was not born here. I did not go to high school here. But what I do love is we have some beautiful park systems that I absolutely love to visit, and I absolutely love to have coffee afterwards with my friends as well. So making it a Saturday morning that you start learning to love and is definitely worth waking up early and traveling a little bit. That's our goal, all right, for the Fleet Feet Running Club. So for both of the 5K, 10K, basically what I did was I just kind of gave you an overview of, and I'm kind of looking in as I'm talking, an overview of the distance that I want you guys to cover on the days that we meet. I also gave you an overview of the what I want you to do, the distance, and some of the cross trainings I want you guys to do outside of our meetings. Again, we meet twice a week, but I hope that you guys can give me at least one more day of running or walking, because there's nothing, all right, that will set you up more for success than the frequency of your running and walking. All right, so frequency is how many times a week that you hit the pavement, all right, put those running sneaks on and get outside. It actually trumps how far you go and how fast you go. So my encouragement for you guys over the course of this first month of training, basically the first couple of weeks, if not the whole month of August, is to try to turn 1 week of running or walking into two into three, and maybe some of you guys even 3 into 4. So I gave you guys an overview of what I'd like for you guys to do on the days that you guys are not meeting with us. For everybody, once we know what this group and how this group is, how experienced it is, how inexperienced it is, perhaps I will shed some light even more on this training program to help guide you. Again, it's very general. Let me tell you, this group is I won't say recreational, but I really just want to be encouraging. I don't want to be intimidating. All right. I wanna mold my coaching philosophy. I want to mold my coaching staff around you, and not necessarily try to fit your round peg in our square hole. So everything's very generic, very general for these first couple weeks in this particular program. And that what we hope is we get to learn each other, right? I get to learn you guys get to learn us. And again, hopefully after the perhaps even second week in August, we can do a better job in kind of honing in what I told even my longer distance folks that started back in the 1st of July. I'm not saying that July doesn't matter, but these guys are just trying to have some recreational, just trying to get in the swing of things. I'm just now starting to put a finger on the pulse of what our groups look like, who is in them, get to know the people that I don't know. So I'm going to ask that you guys do the exact same thing this first month. And then that gives us still a month and a half to really hone in our trade, getting ready for that October timeframe. So work with us. Again, gave you guys a very generic overview. I gave you guys an idea of the distance that you will be completing. And then I'll add color to this black and white template after the first week of training to help guide you guys a little bit more. Okay, so Tuesday at 5:30, it will always be at the Katy Trail Page Extension. Saturdays will always be at 6:30 a.m., but it will be at a different location each week. Again, hopefully you will find that there's some beautiful hot spots around. Lastly, what I want to talk about is a few things, actually two. One, I don't want you guys to suffer from the terrible twos, the TOOS. So everybody's very motivated at the beginning of a program, which I love. I love that energy, but I don't want you guys to suffer from the terrible twos, trying to go too fast, trying to go too far, trying to do too much too soon. So just lay back, enjoy the ride. Hopefully, the first couple weeks, after the first couple workouts, you're going to finish them thinking, gosh, that went by so fast. Perhaps it was so slow. Maybe I want my money back. I came here to get challenged. All right, well, please don't want your money back. But that's our goal, because it'll allow us all right, to get our musculoskeletal systems checked in and ready to roll. So we will be conservative over the first couple of weeks. We can get meaner as the things go on. Now, I do want to encourage you to click on a lot of the links in the emails. We do a lot of social media networking through our Facebook page. We have a Garmin Connect page if you guys do have these fancy schmancy Garmins. If you don't, no worries. But if you do have a Garmin and want to join our Garmin Connect page, if you have a Garmin Connect app, I save all of my athletes under a group. That way I can kind of have a Rolodex of my athletes. So if they have questions, I can go back and kind of look at their history. Again, if that is totally in a different language, don't worry about that as well. But click on all those links, right? Click on the social networking, click on the Garmin Connect page. Click on that little voucher that's attached to this email as well, because that's worth $20. And that $20 can be turned into any apparel item that has Fleet Feet St. Louis or the Fleet Feet Running Club on it. You guys are going to want to do that so you can guys have a nice top, hat, visor. I think there's even some socks there for you as you kind of tackle in this late summer heat that we're experiencing over the next couple of weeks. So use that voucher, bring it into the store. It's worth $20. So you can get some really good, again, Fleet Feet logoed, Fleet Feet Running Club logoed apparel. If you have any questions, please respond to this email between now and that first workout and perhaps even beyond. I do have hundreds of athletes, so I do try really hard to respond to emails as quickly as possible. But if it's a few days, I promise I will get to it as soon as I can. Okay? All right. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday.